Welcome to our yoga practice tonight, where we are doing a practice that is going to help open up the upper body. We did a nice talk for Ayurveda on how to prevent colds in the kapha season. We are getting ready to move into kapha season, which starts at the coldest part of winter and moves into spring. It's when you want to start thinking about spring cleanse. So we're doing a practice tonight that's going to help open up and support opening and relaxing the whole upper body. One of the things that you want to start paying attention to is Jalahara Bandha, and we'll talk about the bandhas next week. But for now, you just want to know that the way that the head gets drawn back is like this. We're going to start out in bridge, and the reason why is because as soon as you go into bridge, boom, you're automatically doing Jalahara Bandha. So let's get started on our backs and going into bridge. So bring your feet in. Find your heels. And then you want your hands to your side. Are you able to touch your fingertips to your heels too? Yeah. So make sure you're able to do that. Okay. So become aware of the positioning of your neck and where your chin is. That is the natural position that you want your head to be in. So instead of your head being jetted forward, you want it back like it's in bridge pose, just like she's doing. And then her pelvis is going to lift. And as she's lifting, you'll see she has a natural curve in her neck. And she's got her head drawn back. So her chin is back. The chin does not pull forward when you're doing a bridge. It just doesn't do it. Okay. So holding that bridge. Good. And then from there, you're going to lower, draw your right knee in and extend your left leg. Open up the leg to the right. And then take it across the body. Extend that right arm out. Well, that feels good, Tina. And then release. Back into bridge. Push up. Now notice where your head is. Notice where your chin is. Bridge is a way of helping to strengthen the back body. So it's going to support core strength as well. We're going to help release tension out of that upper body. But, you know, we're going to also give some attention to the lower body as well. We don't want to neglect it all. And then release down, drawing that left knee in, extend your right leg, just drawing it in, open up to the side, to the left, and then take it across the body. Good, and then releasing out of that, find your heels again, pushing up into bridge. This time you're going to want to interlace your fingers underneath you. Draw your knees slightly in towards each other. Now, if you splay the knees out, what that does is it actually kind of puts your pelvis in a position where it's going to maybe strain that low back. So draw your knees in, and you might notice as soon as you do that, it changes your pelvic position. Push up a little bit higher, open the chest. Draw your navel in. So the navel, belly button goes in towards the spine and then lifts towards the ribs. And then lower and draw both knees in. Take your legs to the right side, extend your left arm out. And then lifting your legs and take them to the left side and extending your right arm out. Good, releasing, finding your heels again. Pushing back up into bridge, and this time, make sure you line up the knees with the front of the hip bone. Hands stay flat on the ground. Right leg goes straight up. Reach. Push actively into your left foot. Feel your back body strengthening. Now draw your navel in and lift it towards the rib cage. Now you're going to lower, and as you lower, the hands are going to lift up above the head, lower your pelvis. That right leg stays up, and then you're going to lower the right leg and lift up into a seated position. Up, rotate. Ooh, a little bit of abdominal engaging. And then release back down, push up into bridge. Left leg goes straight up. Push actively now into the right foot. Lift a little higher. Strengthen, draw your navel in. Engage that lower abdominal area. Engage it. Lift it up towards the rib cage. That's called Uddiyana Bandha. Keep lifting. Push into the right foot. Lift higher. You're helping that back body get stronger. Strengthening your glutes, strengthening your back. We want that. That's all for your core strength. Then you lower the pelvis, the arms lift up. Then the leg lowers, you lift and rotate. Ooh, it's crazy. I woken up twice last night by the wind. Good, and then your feet are going to come in and you're going to lift up into tabletop. So fingertips face you and lift. Now you might want to separate your feet a little bit. Lift up, then lower, shift your hips back. They're above the ground. You're on your heels. Now, if you need to set your butt down, okay, but I want you to keep it up. Then lift. Oh, this is really fun. It's like swinging on a swing. Back and lower. And then lift. Back and lower, and let your right leg lift up. Come back up. Lower left leg lifts up. Hover above the ground. Come back up. Hold it, strengthen, abdominals in, lifting into the rib cage. Good, and then we release down, Baddha Konasana, so feet open up and release forward. You're grabbing your feet, trying to keep your chest. Now watch your chin. Pull it down and back. Then lead with your heart. Drop down, navel in. Good, and then left leg is going to lengthen. You're going to take your right leg. You're going to pull it in towards the armpit. Pull it in. Good, and then take it in a circle around to the right. You're going in a circle around to the right. And then go in the opposite direction. It's like you're stirring a big giant pot with your foot. Good. And then you're going to pull that foot in. Take your right hand on the knee, push the knee away, and the foot comes in. Pull it in. Ooh, how's that? So that's going to open up those glutes. Now, if you can, you're going to take that left arm and hook. Interlace your fingers. Keep lifting the foot up, though. Lift, lift, lift. Well, if you were sitting all day, this is going to be really nice. And then we release. Shake out that leg. Grab the other leg. pull the knee into the armpit, left armpit, go in a circle. Go in a circle. You're just kind of warming up that hip. And then go in the opposite direction. Nice. Now you're going to pull the knee in and the foot comes towards you. Left hand goes to the knee, push it away as you draw that foot in. Nice. You can use both hands here, or you can hook into the elbow. Hands together. Nice. Kind of rock that leg, gently drawing it in towards your chest. Breathe. So if you're feeling really tight, you might have to just hold on with your hands. Keep lifting your chest. Nice. Good. Now we're going to drop that leg and it's going to go down. And you're going to open up to the side. So reach. Open up the whole front of the body. And then release. Take that leg forward, fold. Good, and now your right leg comes in and it drops down. You're going to do the opposite side and lift. Oh. Now what we're going to end up doing is we're going to end up rotating from this position. The arm in the air is going to rotate down. We're going to turn and lift your right leg up, three-legged dog. Step forward for a lunge. Drop the knee, release. Then your back leg is going to come in and come up into warrior one. So bend the knee, reach up. Okay, because we want to open the upper body, we're going to turn and open. Open up. See if you can drop down. So you're either going to hold it in this position or hook your elbow. Lean back, and bring your thumbs closer to your heart as you lean back. Then release your hands to the ground and step back, down dog. Drop down onto your knees and shift forward, half plank. Lower with control. Lift cobra, Bhujanasana. And then take it back, down dog. Left leg comes forward and drop the back knee. Keep releasing your pelvis down. And then your back leg's going to step in, drop the heel and come up. Again, warrior one. You gotta warrior one, hands are up like Tina. And then because we want to open up the upper body, we really want to help release tension. So one of the ways that you can do that is by squeezing your internal organs and your spine. So your hands are here and then you rotate, right? Every time you do a twist, it's literally like wringing out a towel, wringing out a washcloth. You're able to wring out tension. And then from there, if you can drop down onto your elbow, bring your hands in, lean back. So one of the things that happens in this pose you got to watch out for is collapsing. Stay lifted and lean back. Stay lifted and lean back. Nice, Patty. Good, you guys. That looks great. And then release. Step back, down dog. Shift forward, plank. Lower. Keeping your right shoulder on the ground. Extend your arm out. Push and lift. Yep. And then release and do the other side. So the arm goes out like that, palm down, and do the other side out. Straight out. Sorry, Johannes, I don't think you have enough room over there. Ooh. And then release. Push up, cobra. Take it back, down dog. Holding down dog. Good. And then you're going to pick up your right leg and step forward. Square those hips, come back into warrior one, but we're doing a different pose this time. So another way to open up the upper body is you're going to take your hands and open them up. So it looks like this. Drop, 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 drop. Turn your thumbs down. You're going to find your elbows behind you. Okay, or your fingertips go up the spine. Now, when you do this, navel is in, shoulders are back, elbows are back. Do not let your shoulders round forward. You have to really be diligent about keeping your lower abdomen contracted, shoulders pulled back, shoulder blades on your back, and elbows pulled back. And you're holding it bent. Straighten your right leg. Keep your hips square. Slowly lower over the front leg. Lower. Keep your elbows up, up, up. Draw your head down, elbows up. Yeah, so it goes up like, no, that. So here, come back up. So pull this foot out a little bit. Yeah, so that your hips can be square. Fingertips just like that, so you don't change your hands. Then slowly lower. Keep your elbows going back. Yes. Drop your head. Nice. How's that feel, Johannes? Pretty good? Tight? Yeah, it's a big pose, especially if you have to use your hands and your wrists and your arms. All right, and then slowly lift up. Now, as you lift up, you're going to release your hands and kind of move in a circle. Move in a circle and come all the way up. Reach. And then again, dropping into a forward fold. And then the hands are you're going to step forward. So you're going to come up onto the right leg. Good. Then reach back and grab that left foot with the right hand. And then if you can, you don't have to, you could stay here or lift up. Reach and lift. And then release back down. And then release your hand to your foot. Lift up as high as you can. Draw your head into your knee. Slowly lower. Forward fold, release. Step back, down dog. Shift forward plank. Lower. Take it back, down dog. Left leg steps forward, warrior one. And come up, reach. And hold it. Nice. That looks so nice. Tina and I are kind of matching today a little bit. Look. We did not do that on purpose. Okay. All right, so you're here and you want to keep those hips square. So if you've got this heel too far back, you want to pull it out a little bit because you're going to straighten the leg. The arms are going to release. Remember what's happening here with your hands? You're going to drop, turn your thumbs. You're either going to grab those elbows or your fingertips wiggle up the back. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Straight leg on that left leg, hips square. So the left hip's back, right hip's forward, navel in. And then you fold right over that leg. Okay, relax your head. Whew, intense. Now remember, you want your shoulder blades back and your elbows continue to lift, but your wrist stays down. It's intense. Slowly lifting. Now, as you lift, you release your hands and go in a circle. Oh boy, all the way up. Reach forward, fold all the way down. Hold it. Relax your head. Then you're going to reach your hands forward, lift your back leg up. So the right leg goes up, reach back, grab that foot. Now you have an option here. You do not have to do it, but if you can, stand up and reach. And then take it down. Both hands on the ground. Reach that right leg up as high as you can. I'm not so good on this side because I have an injury. And then you lower. Step back, down dog. Shift forward plank. Lower. Lift up Bhujanasana. And then take it back, down dog, and you're going to hold down dog. Get hollow in your belly. So I want you to really get hollow in your belly. Draw it in. Push your organs to the side. Tina's totally drawing in through her belly. You guys see that? It's good. So you get hollow in the belly. This is hollow. And then it literally, the activation of this part of the belly is lifting up towards the rib cage. Good. And the right leg's going to come up and step forward, warrior two. Open up. We're going to do some arm stuff here. So you're going to reach the arms up, and then release. Turn your head, look down, reach back up. The head goes forward. Turn. Now see if you can lower. Straighten the leg, reach. Lower, bend the knee, draw the navel in, reach up and down. One more, reach and down. And this time you're going to keep dropping down as you go into Parsvakonasana. You can either hold it here or grab a block or take your hand to the ground. Really open it up. There's more. The upper hand now is going to reach up. Turn your thumb and take it to your back. Another way of opening the upper body, pull your back foot in a little bit. You can hold it here. Okay. Now, here's where straps are always a good idea. You might want to strap. I'm going to show you with Tina. You're going to hold the strap. The hand underneath is going to come up, grab, bend your elbow. She doesn't need a strap. She's going to grab her hand. Okay, but you can use a strap if you want it. Oh, you don't need a strap either. Okay, now lean back, but keep your chin drawn in, Jola Harabanda. Watch the chin. It wants to go forward. Pull it back. You got it. Now, see if you can start straightening your leg. Woo. Oh, yeah. Isn't it fantastic? How do you say fantastic in German? Oh, that's so similar. It's the same word, you guys. Pretty much. All right. Then you're going to bend that knee slightly. Release. Take your hands to the ground. Step back. Down dog. Woo! That was fantastic. How do you say it again? Fantastic. Did I say it right? I said it right. And I'm really bad with language. I don't hear anything. All right. Shift forward. Plank. Modify to the knees if you need to. Lower. Lift up Bhujanasana. And take it back. Adho Mukha Savasana. Left leg comes up and steps forward. Warrior two. Now I realize we are facing you on the camera. It's okay. We are on our left leg, but the camera turns us. So don't worry about it. Arms out. Good. You're going to reach up and release down. And then add your legs up, straighten, bend. Turn your head up and turn your head. Reach. Now, each time you bend, you're trying to bend a little deeper. Reach and bend. One more. Reach and bend. Hold. Reach. And then we're going to drop. Sorry, you guys. Lower, 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 all the way down. Parsvakonasana, you can hold it here or see if you can take your hand to a block or to the ground. Now remember, we've got that add-on here, so you can use a block. Tina's got a block. Good. She's holding Parsvakonasana. Now the upper arm is going to come up, drop to the low back. So that means that you have to turn your hand from here, turn it, drop. Good. Then you might need a strap. That strap's going to go to the upper arm. You're going to grab, and then the other arm comes under and grabs. Or you can do the bound position by just grabbing your hands. So 3 grabs you can do. You can grab the fingertips, the palm of the hand, or the wrist. So wherever you're grabbing, you then want to start to try to strengthen the leg, straighten it, and start to lean back. Keep your chin pulled in. Nice. It's a big pose. You got it, Johanna, so it's great. And then take a deep breath. Inhale. And then exhale, start to lean back this way. Yeah. You got it. Looks good. And you're in the pose and release. Woo! Hands to the ground. Step back. Shift forward, plank, lower. Lift up Bhujanasana. And then you're going to push back, curling your toes under, reaching your hands out. Your butt is right over the knees. Drop your chest and open up the armpits. Drop your chest and open up the armpits. Another way to open up the shoulder girdle. Good. And now your hands, so I know you can't really see, but your hands do not need to be straight out. They can kind of be at a V. That's anatomically correct. Good. Keep opening. Opening. How's that feel? Feel it? Yay. I know, it's hard. It's hard when your body hurts. It's like frustrating. All right, and then lifting up into a crawling position. Okay, right hand comes up, goes under. The right shoulder is going to go right here to the midline of your mat. Turn your head The other arm comes up, turn it, release. You got it. Yep. Now even out your hips. So you got to even out your hips. Now, if you're a little more flexible, if this is feeling pretty good, you can then move that right shoulder a little closer to the left edge of your mat. So that's a deeper rotation. Way back though. And you have to keep your hips even. Ooh. Yeah. That's right. Slowly coming out of it. Lift up and do the other side. Left shoulder goes to the center of your mat. Your other arm comes up, goes around the low back. Open. Now keep your hips even. So if they shifted to the right, move them back. Shift, even them out. So the sacrum is flat. Now, if you're feeling pretty open today, then see if you can move your left shoulder a little closer to the right edge of your mat. Oh, yeah. And then slowly, slowly coming out of that. Whew. Good. And press back down dog. And we're going to take the right leg, bring it into a high lunge, walk that right foot over to the left part of your mat. Now you might need a block or a blanket. I like a blanket better. Lower down onto that block or blanket. Now, I prefer the blanket because there's some give. Now, the way that I teach pigeon, you can do the modified pigeon with your heel into the groin here, but that's not really true pigeon. So the way that I teach pigeon is from that high lunge so that the foot stays lifted. You might have to use your blanket and curl it under a little bit more. So I'm holding one hand on the knee and the other hand on the foot, trying to keep them lined up here. Then draw the left hip down. Nice. And then lowering. Good, and then releasing, step back. Down dog. Left leg goes into a high lunge. Walk that left foot over until your glutes lower to the ground. Use a blanket if you need it. Drop down. Keep the foot lined up with the knee. Drop the right hip down. Good, that looks great, Tina. Look at you. You're all flexible now. I totally ripped open her glutes. She's like, ow. It was fantastic. All this stuff gets tight, you guys. You got to keep this open. Good. Okay, now see if you can lower. So go ahead and drop your head and lower. Nice. And relax. Relax your head. Okay, see if you can keep lowering the left hip. Or sorry, right hip. So keep dropping the extended leg hip down, down, down. Big. Okay, good. And then you're going to step back. And then we're going to take our blanket. So then you're going to go ahead, sit, grab your blanket. You want to fold it like this. Or you could double it up if you have two blankets, because we're going to do a supported shoulder stand, or you can do it like this. Okay, so you have a little bit more of a lift. So I'll show you in this position, and Tina is going to show you like this. Okay. And then this is going to go so that your shoulders go to the edge. Now, you don't want to bring your shoulders right to the edge. It needs to be like a couple inches, because if you get your shoulders too close, when you go into shoulder stand, your shoulders are going to go off the blanket. Okay, so you want to be a little bit below the line. Okay, let me show you. So here I am. I've got my shoulders. I'm lowering. Now, modified shoulder stand. You take a block right underneath the pelvis and you lift your legs straight up. Hi, Marvy, it's not time yet. Okay, that is modified. Or you lift up from there, support your low back. Or you go all the way up. And you want to line up ankles, knees, hips, shoulders. This really opens up the neck. It's really going to be better, you guys, to double up a blanket if you need to be up higher, because this is not enough of a support. Okay. How's that? Tina, that looks great. Johannes, that looks great. So make sure that your ankles are back, over the hip. Move them back. Shoulder stand, Sarvagasana, is one of the best postures for releasing and calming the upper body. Good. Now, from there, you're going to drop the right leg, left leg stays up. And then release, bring that leg up. Left leg goes down, right leg stays up. And bring it up. Both legs down, halasana, plow. If you cannot get your feet to the ground, then drop the knees to the ears. Okay, if you cannot get your feet to the ground, drop your knees to the ears. If plow is not accessible for you, no problem. You're going to do a forward fold. It's the same pose. The reason why we're doing plow is we're trying to open up the neck, remove tension out of the upper body, shoulders, and neck. Halasana will definitely do that. Good, and then from there, slowly, slowly unwind, release out of it, and you're going to come up into a seated position. Right leg comes up, goes over the left, rotate. And then release. Switch sides. Left leg goes over the right leg, rotate. And then releasing forward fold one more time. And then releasing all the way down onto your back, arms go out, rotating right, look to the left. And then legs come up and go left and look to the right. And then extending your legs straight out. They go to the corners of your mat. Arms below you, shoulder blades underneath you. And setting yourself up for Shavasana. Now, if you're feeling like your pelvis is a little off, then do another bridge. Recenter your pelvis and then go into Shavasana. Corpse pose. Cover your eyes. So if you don't have anything to cover your eyes, then use a sweatshirt or a towel. But definitely cover your eyes. Our eyes are the most overstimulated sense that we have. Your eyes work hard. So relax them. Any opportunity you get to relax, take it. Okay. And letting go. Let your breath soften. Feel your connection to the ground. Keep letting the body relax and release. And begin to deepen your breath. Allow some movement into your fingers and toes. Gently roll to your right side and take a few breaths there. And then bring yourself up to a comfortable seated position, hands together and connecting your thumbs to your heart. Take a moment to close your eyes. Have the intention of softening all your facial features, all sides of your head. Soften down into the neck and throat, shoulders, arms, hands. Soften your back body, your side body, your front body. Soften that into the pelvis, the legs, the ankles, and your feet and toes. Hold your body, relaxed, open, be effortless. May you have a peaceful night of sleep tonight. Namaste. Good job. Yeah, bye. Thank you.